Well, Rye, it's Vinland Saga, Season 2, Episode 19, and the war has finally hit the farm, and let me tell you,
It's over.
Thorfinn did exactly what we'd expect him to do, tucked that tail, yanked it up, and walked out of town. So, I was a little disappointed in that, but it's kind of something we expected this entire season because this is his new character, and if, like I think I've said this before, if Thorfinn completely dissolved and was killed and brutally by somebody, preferably Canute, and he disappeared, I'd still watch the show because I think Einar is a more interesting character. I believe Snake would be great to follow, and hell, I'd give it to new Thorfinn, Leif's new son, and
fake one,
and give him a crack at it because the war is entertaining so far. Obviously, not going the way planned.
I hate this take,
But I definitely think that Thorfinn just needs to, here's my take. Keep Arnheid, kill Thorfinn.
okay.
Now, here we go. Enter you. What do we got over there?
Okay. All right.
Please, tell me what some high emotional, super skill that I missed or something.
When it opened up and, Thorgil's doing his thing and Snake's analyzing his, combat ability, where
he's
he's,
one of my
giving him
favorite
more
people.
credit than he thought he would give him.
Yeah, he's not a dumb oaf.
How he got everyone together and got them all riled up, got them in a crowd, got them real excited to go to war before you tell them who they're fighting, because then their pride's already in it and they can't turn around and walk home. Everyone will remember that, whoever lives through this, which will be none of them.
Look at him go.
So I thought that was a really good analysis
Yes.
By Snake, and I love the stare down between him and Thorfinn. It just shows that they're not done yet. And then we got back to Thorfinn explaining to Leif and Einar what was going on. And, okay. My gut reaction when it first happened was this wasn't the conversation I wanted them to have.
Right.
Except it gave me what they did share, Leif and Thorfinn. It was done so well that it gave me the impact emotionally that I would have wanted from the conversation. I wanted it in my head.
And when they first met.
Which is what I want. I wanted two things. I wanted Thorfinn to give respect to Leif for caring for him for this long, not giving up on him. He gave him the credit. And I wanted Leif to see the growth that Thorfinn had went through and acknowledge that, and we got that, and it was perfect. And it was still with them both realizing they weren't the main character in that scene. It was Arnheid. We have to get her to safety. Thorfinn did not want to leave her, not only for her, but for Einar, because that's his best friend at this point. There's some bros.
Oh, absolutely. I will say that their relationship is probably the best in the show.
Yeah.
Because they're like big brother, little brother, where Thorfinn's the small, scared little brother, and Einar's the big brother.
Okay. If I had to ask you, who is the antagonist of the season? The main antagonist of the season. Who is it? Who do you think Season 2's big baddie is?
The big baddie.
The big baddie this season.
I mean,
there's an obvious answer and a right answer.
I was going to say the obvious answer is going to be Canute.
Uh-huh.
But I don't foresee that because...
Who is it?
They're both doing the same thing. And ready, this is where I get him. The biggest one is Thorfinn himself. Fighting himself.
No. His battle internally was there.
Yeah.
The antagonist of the season is Kettle. He is such a beautiful way to show the bad guy of the season.
Like a good bad kind of thing.
Where in the beginning, he's all good. All good. There's no scene where he secretly beats them behind, closed doors. There's no scene where he drags them and, talks shit about them behind their back or somehow never gives them the freedom that he promises. He's a slave owner.
I mean, at the end of the day,
yes, from an individual to be able to put another human being in that sort of environment, it takes more than a few screws loose.
I don't think you're giving him enough credit because he allows them to work their freedom back.
You don't have the right as a human being to then tell someone else, I'll sell you your freedom back. It doesn't work that way. It's in a just world.
It does.
Nope. It's like saying that there weren't any white people during civil rights that weren't racist. It's like we're giving them a pass for being racist because it was popular.
No, you have a farm. You got a job to get done.
There were very many white people that did not participate in racism
when it was popular. Look at the farm where Gardar came from. obviously a worse farm.
Yes, it was a worse slave master.
Yes.
But there's still
So
a slave
we've
master.
talked about this. I think we said they hit the slave lottery because you are now owned or you'll get killed.
If
now
you're
being
talking about
sold.
the threshold of like
Yeah.
how bad it could be as a slave, I will grant you that there are obvious ways in which you could be, have a worse off experience.
Correct.
But
So-
the idea is Kettle is the bad guy of the season.
No, I don't know if
His
I can fully
mentality, he completely stole the identity of a warrior
Okay.
named
Did you believe that?
that he stole the identity.
Yeah, like that he
yeah.
became something like he isn't the Iron Fist.
Yes, that's correct. We were wrong last week. Yeah. He is not the Iron Fist. He stole someone else's identity.
Now that would be fucking wicked.
Because they had the same name.
he just adopted that.
And then on top of that, he's a slave master, and his kindness is built on a pillar of weakness, internal weakness.
oh
and
no, he is
cowardice.
definitely weak.
And he sent all those people to their death for nothing.
Well, they're going to lose everything they ever had
And
anyway.
Snake kept telling him, "We can't do
I know.
this.
I did
We are
appreciate
going
that honesty.
To lose."
And like every time he was asked about it, it was like, "Yeah, we're going to."
And he was the one that said, and the only reason Snake was there is because he's such an honorable man that
He fed
he's
me.
like, he fed me, and I owe him for feeding me. So I'm going to go fight the Vikings and the King of England to pay that debt.
Now, I will say that Thorgil and Snake would put a hurting on
I
that group.
cannot wait till next episode when Thorgil comes out the water and he kills how many Thegans? All of them?
I know he's going to. Do you think he's going to kill Canute?
He is this.
Who's going to
season's-
stop him?
No, Canute won't die.
Please.
He is this season's Thorkill. Because Thorkill has had one scene this whole season.
know.
And if you ready, as I told you, this is Bible Saga. It is the best thing I have witnessed in my life. I am going to give it a negative mark. I wanted more Thorkill this season.
Yeah, and with a tease of him, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
we teased him.
Yeah.
And you even got a storyline teased, which is he's kind of on the outs with Canute. He doesn't really see him the same way he did
We
in
needed a
season
little more
one.
blossoming of that.
And they teased that at the end of season 1 where he said, "I'll follow you until, well, I don't." And he's already bubbling that he might not. When he sees the change in Thorfinn, he is going to go, "Oh yeah, that's right."
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Do you think we're going to get him this season at all?
I want to say yes, but I know it's no.
Exactly, because I don't think
I
we're.
lean no.
We're going to get so the war is still going, obviously.
Yeah,
Because
it's about 20 seconds.
because
yeah,
Canute sent the rest of them up to like wipe it
the
clean.
Thegans to go arrest Kettle.
And right,
Yeah.
and now with Thorgil swimming and coming up, but there's like how many people are left back there? There's Canute and like one or two other people that are
Yeah.
back there with him. So
It's Wolf. It's
now he's a good fighter. I know Wolf can
is
fight.
Yes. We might even get Wolf versus Thorkill. Next
I think
episode.
that would be beautiful.
Yeah, that would be
truly.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Because I think and Omar can just go drown somewhere, but
Yeah, poor guy.
Obviously he isn't.
He is
His brother's
trying-
giving him the shot though.
He's his father's son, and he has like the soft demeanor of his father without the sins of his father, and it's like, why am I wrong? And
Right.
Not this huge warrior that my father is. It's okay, dude. You're just a normal guy.
Your father's not a
Your
huge
father's the piece of shit antagonist of the season.
What happens if Kittle gets down and
I
just
want him to
starts
die so bad.
slicing throats and kills everybody?
No, he won't. He's going to die a terrible death this season, and I'm ready for it because he
But
deserves it.
they're going to arrest him. I don't think they're gonna.
Oh, he'll die. He'll die. And one of the scenes I thought that was really emotionally impactful was the unconscious scene with Arnheid, where she is dying and she probably has one or two scenes left.
I
before
just
she
wanted
goes.
everybody to hear my sigh because I am over it.
Well, she's done. Next
Bye.
episode, I believe it's called Pain. Next episode, I believe she dies.
No pain here.
Everybody that went to fight Canute will die except our group. Isn't it awesome that we thought that this whole buildup was going to be the farm team versus Canute's team? It was never going to be that. It was always going to be our group. Thorfinn, Einar, Arnheid, Leif, them versus Kettle and the farm versus Canute.
And when you think about it, it's not like you keep saying it's not a war. It's just a slaughter.
It's a slaughter. Yeah, and Kettle knew that going into it.
But you'd think what was inspirational is they were 350 or 300
Over
to
300.
100.
Yeah.
So you would think mathematically that 3-on-1, but they're
could've been
literally
20
just
on 1, it
they were
wouldn't
all
matter.
like laughing and yucking it up, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
win. And everybody, Thorgil knew they were gonna win. knew they weren't going to win.
The only person who thinks they stand a chance of winning that fight is Thorgil. That's the only person there that thinks they have a sliver of chance. Even Snake knows, as good as I am, I could take out several of the Vikings. Yeah. I will lose eventually.
But what happens if Thorgil does kill Canute? Let's say in the wildest dreams of Vinland Saga.
That'd be a hell of a twist. I don't see Canute dying for at least a season or two.
I think he's going to be forever king until he gets old.
But yeah, no, he's not going to die. But if he did, my jaw will be on the floor, and I'm like, what do we do now? Where do we go?
Anything.
Then I'll probably wait 4 or 5 years for another season.
He's the king.
I thought it was. I wanted a little bit more of a final answer on the war, but I guess we're going to get at least 1 or 2 more episodes. I'm at the point now, because it's such a slaughter, we're going to get 2 or 3 episodes at the end of the season that's completely past this part. Where
in the future, like everybody's traveled, dissipated.
It is concluded. We know who won. We know everyone
Thorfinn
who died.
gives birth to a new
and there's
child.
Going to be a couple episodes that's going to get us ready for season 3.
Please, you know what? What other kind of simulator is this going to be? Is it going to be Housewife? After the farmer? Like, what are we going to watch? There's no more development.
When we review this show, Ryan,
nor that I care about Thorfinn anymore. No. I don't care about his life. I'm not here to watch somebody live life.
When we review this, it's going to be... We're going to have our own bloodbath.
You know what? But here's what it is. You're going to side the Thorfinn way, which is bloodless, losing life. And I'll be Canute. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll get a crown.
Yeah, you got the head laughing at you in the corner as you repeat the sins of your father.
You know what?
Yeah.
I sit in a throne every night, and I sleep well.
I don't think Canute sleeps well, I'll be honest.
This is episode 19. We'll catch you next time.